And also a lunar eclipse on this Thursday. It's going to be clear tonight. There will be a couple of clouds around, but this is something really cool that's happening later on tonight. Maximum eclipse time will be, unfortunately, while most of everybody's asleep, it'll be at 1:58 a.m. That'll be when the moon enters the Earth's shadow, otherwise known as the umbra. And what happens there is the moon starts to turn a reddish color as it enters the moon's shadow. But again, that'll be at 1:58 a.m. So if you wake up early, very, very early, you'll be able to see that early tomorrow morning around 2 a.m. Next time this happens is March of next year in 2026. Okay, Texas spring break. Next several days will be awesome. We'll be in the 80s and 90s. Great weather for that. One thing to note for San Antonio today, 92. Tomorrow, 90 degrees. This weekend, a little cooler, 80 on Saturday and 80 on Sunday. And of course, there's other locations across the Lone Star State. But also keep in mind the wind speeds. They'll be gusting upwards of 30 to 40 miles an hour starting tomorrow afternoon, and that'll carry over into Saturday. That's going to mean big impacts for any outdoor plans out at the parks and the backyards. Just keep that in mind with the wind speeds ramping up later this weekend. We'll talk more about that in detail in a second. Weather around town, it's quiet. We are partly cloudy. We're at 81 at San Antonio International, Elmendorf at 80 degrees right now, 78 at Lakey, 80 at Floresville. Winds are mostly light from the northwest, 5 to 10 miles an hour. Nothing too concerning at this hour. 81 in the city, 80 at Kerrville, 76 at Del Rio. We have mid-80s to our south and east towards George West and Beeville. 75 at Victoria, so pretty warm for mid-March. I mean, it is spring break, but we don't typically get this hot until early to mid-April. And today's high, 92 to 91 at around 4 o'clock this afternoon. Sunny skies, a couple of clouds around tonight, and winds will be light. Now, here's the wind speed forecast. Today, 5 to 15 miles an hour. Notice by tomorrow afternoon, a front drops in, and then that means westerly winds near 30 to 35 miles an hour. What that means is dangerous fire weather. Avoid any outdoor burning between Friday and Saturday up to extreme, with some gusts near 30 to 40 miles an hour. So any fires that spark off on the side of the road, side of the highway, any wildfires in the area, they will spread rapidly. Avoid outdoor burning, avoid driving over tall grass. It's going to be very dangerous with this strong wind and this drought that's in place as well. All right, here's your 14-day forecast today. 92, 90 tomorrow, going to be very hot in the afternoons, at least for March standards. 80 Saturday, a little cooler by the weekend, but we trade that off with fire weather. That's why we have a weather impact alert for Saturday. Avoid outdoor burning. Wind gusts may exceed 35 to 40 miles an hour. A lot calmer on Sunday, a high near 80. St. Patty's Day from 50 to 83, a perfect day is in store for that in the next couple weeks into the first week of spring, which is on March 20th, 70s and 80s. Overall, pretty quiet weather with barely any rain, and we do need rain, Sarah.